I'm Dr. Russ Barnes, CEO and founder of Systro Solutions, where we help small business owners with strategy development and organization design. Today, we're going to talk about personal development. When you have this great idea about going into business and taking control of your ability to earn, your freedom, and all these things that are typically associated with being in business for yourself, you have to think about how well prepared you are to undertake this journey. Being a business owner, starting a company, isn't intuitive. Just like a doctor takes years of study and training to become good at their craft, there is no difference in becoming an entrepreneur. It takes years of study and practice to become good at your craft. So the idea that you can go out with a product or a service and in a very short period of time start generating revenue and then build that into a profitable company is not realistic. Does it happen? I'm not quite sure it does, because when you look at the small business statistic that says 50% of small businesses fail in the first 5 years, you have to consider what are the 50% who succeed doing, and what do they know that enables them to succeed in building a company to success within the first 5 years. One of the things that occurred to me was that perhaps it wasn't their first business. Maybe it was their second or their third or their fourth or their 10th. But experience was something that I identified as one of the major factors in business owners being successful. So there is a great deal of personal development that goes into becoming a successful and profitable business owner. When I started on my journey, for example, I took a lot of courses and classes in how to become a business owner. And at the end of taking those courses and classes, I realized that I wasn't ready. So I went into a franchise operation because that gave me the opportunity to learn about business, to be under the umbrella of someone who had created an overarching business, and I could build my business within the framework of the company that they had built. And in that way, I would be able to get the experience that I needed to at the very least, to know whether or not I would be able to be a successful and profitable business owner. So that was my path to personal development: some study, some classes, some courses, some experience. And even after all that, when I started my first company independently, it was still a huge challenge to put in place all the things that need to be put in place. There were still so many things that I didn't know. So if you decide that you want to take on this journey of opening your own business, and you have this great idea that you think you'll be able to put into play and take control of your financial future, first, take a moment, step back, and look at your personal development. Did you grow up in an entrepreneurial family so that you were able to see the challenges that people face when they're in business, and how hard it is, and how long it takes, and how many hours you work per day, and how much money you need? If you've been around someone who's built a business before, you see it in all its clarity. If you haven't, then you do tend to think it's going to be a lot easier than it will actually be. Have you taken many courses in how to build a business? Have you worked with anyone from the Small Business Development Center, SCORE, any of those organizations that will provide a support to you for free? These are all things that you need to take a look at. Do you have a mentor? Do you even have a good idea of what your desired outcomes will be in terms of going down this path? That takes some study and some introspection. Your personality, your skills, your resources, all of these things go into the category of personal development to make sure that you are at least minimally prepared to start on the journey. Oh, you'll learn a lot along the way. Don't get me wrong. Just because you take a few courses and a few classes and talk to a few people doesn't mean that you're going to be well prepared. You're going to have to go through the fire. But if you are determined and dedicated, if you are focused, if your desired outcome is intense enough and you really want to get it done, then the tasks that are before you will be more inspiring than they will be disappointing or demoralizing for you. So it's just like someone who has decided that they're going to run a marathon in a certain amount of time. They get out and they run every day. And even though the challenge of running is not, full of joy and rainbows, they do it because they know that when they get out there on that course on that day, they're going to perform, they're going to outperform, they're going to overperform. And that is where the winning manifests itself. So personal development, think about who you are, what you need, and how to prepare for your financial future. This is Dr. Russ Barnes, U.S. Air Force Colonel, retired CEO and founder of Systro Solutions, where we help small business owners to develop their strategies and to organize their companies. We look forward to helping you with your success. Give us a call. Let's talk.